From the March 25, 1898 issue of the Newberry News. From the local and county section. H.L. Harris has his head gardener at work growing celery plants for his next season's crop. He intends to put in a big crop this season, and Newberry celery will find a bigger market than ever. C.D. Danaher, the Dollarville lumber manufacturer, is an admirer of baseball, and the team at that place will be made up of some of the best players in the Upper Peninsula. McGinley will be the catcher, McCricket the pitcher, Mackin shortstop, and a number of other good ones. The breakup of winter came so early this season that several lumbermen will have to leave large quantities of logs in the woods. D.N. McLeod has about 200,000 in the woods, and the Eddy Land Company, also operating in the county, will have to leave a large lot. From the March 30th, 1923 issue of the Newberry News. Theodore Roosevelt Camp is organized by Luce County vets. An organization known as the Theodore Roosevelt Camp of Spanish War Veterans has been organized in Newberry, and the formal installation of officers will be held Thursday evening, April 4th, at the Community Building. Reverend Joseph Dutton will act as the installing officer, and an attractive program has been prepared for the occasion. Following the installation ceremonies, an old-time dancing party will follow. Officers are Captain L. Schmidt, Commander, Senior Vice Commander James Seacott, Junior Vice Commander W. Kelly, Officer of the Day R.E.L. Gibson, Officer of Guard A. Taylor, Adjutant Fred Levine, Quartermaster John Brabham, Chaplain Sam Bond, Surgeon R.E.L. Gibson, and Color Sergeant R. Forsyth. Fuel famine threatens. Newberry is threatened with a fuel famine because of the sensational weather experienced during the past month. March has furnished a succession of driving storms with zero breaks. The wind has whooped and roared almost without intermission the entire month, and the consequence is that the roads are hopelessly blocked. The township and county officials have given up on despair and abandoned any attempt to keep the roads open until the weather has moderated. Coal supplies are running low, and McDonald, the coal dealer, reports that he has not a pound on hand. Several carloads are in transit, but when these will arrive is problematic. Very little wood has been coming into town all winter, and now this limited supply has been cut off because of the blocked conditions of the roads. Unless the weather moderates quickly, many families will be entirely out of fuel. The South Shore is the only road in the peninsula that has succeeded in keeping its trains moving, though running hours behind schedule. The Sioux Line has not moved any trains since the first of the week, and it is reported that in many places along the line the snow is piled 20 or 30 feet high. All lumbering and woods operations are at a complete standstill, and many operators are contemplating discharging their crews and breaking camp. Old Man Winter appears to be yet firmly in the saddle, and no relief is promised for several days. From the local section, Dr. Spinks made a professional visit to the U.S. Life-Saving Station at the mouth of the Two Heart River last week. Leaving Newberry Friday, the good doctor drove to Deer Park with the team, a trip that would tax the endurance of the hardiest. The roads in places are almost impassable, and some places are piled with 8 to 10 feet of snow. Arriving at the Deer Park station, the balance of the trip, 12 miles along the lakeshore, was made with the dog team and snowshoes. The doctor performed his errand of mercy, arriving home Sunday afternoon after 3 days of almost continuous travel. From the March 29, 1973 issue of the Newberry News. NMU names Albion's Taylor to grid staff. Tom Taylor, head football coach at Albion College for the past 4 years, has been named offensive backfield coach at Northern Michigan University effective April 2nd. The announcement was made by NMU athletic director Gil Canal, who said Taylor brings with him a fine background of coaching experiences at both the high school and college level. I am sure he will be an asset to our program. A native of Newberry, the 38-year-old Taylor was an all-state first-team gritter at Newberry High School. He played college football at Albion, where he was a 3-time MVP and 2-time co-captain under his former high school coach, Morley Frazier. And that's Traveling Through Time from the Newberry News.